Keeping up with your property is starting to take more of your time than it is to actually enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's time to sell, but I would consider, what is my property asking of me? Most people start thinking about this long before they ever get in touch with a real estate agent. You're not searching, should I sell my home? You're searching things like keeping up with an older home, or should I stay or downsize? If you do own a long-time home in Manatee and Sarasota County, this conversation right here is the conversation you should be having before you have that conversation.
Here's the thing. It's really a sudden big moment. It kind of creeps up on you. Doing your yard over the weekend, it used to take you an afternoon. Now it just takes up your whole weekend. You're paying someone to handle it. The pool needs more attention than it used to. We do live in Florida. Insurance, the roof, the AC in the house ready every time a storm comes. And maybe there's rooms you don't really get to use anymore, or maybe you're just leaning on your kids and your neighbors to do a little bit more than they should be. Somewhere in there, the question quietly changes in your head, and it goes from, can I do this, to why am I doing this? And do I want to spend my time? I worked 20, 30 years building all this up, and now it's my time to relax. Why am I still doing this? And I think those two questions, they should be addressed at some point. Before you make any big decisions, it helps to actually look at the house and see what it's asking of you. Me, I use 5 things: time, money, help, energy, and enjoyment. How many hours per month goes into this place? Now, money. Now, be honest, add it up: lawn care, insurance, taxes, pools, all this stuff. It adds up. And the cost of living is not going down. Now we're talking about your energy. What did you used to do 20, 30 years ago that today is not the same? You just can't quite do it as simple as you used to. It's not as efficient. There's new technology out that makes it a lot more easier. So that's a big thing. What energy are you putting into all this stuff? Now, this is a big one. Help. Now, you gotta be honest. Is your home running because of you, or is it because your neighbor, your in-laws, your daughter, someone other than you are having to take their time out of their day? And I'm sure they won't have a problem doing it because they love you and your family, but you have to you're spending more money and more time managing this thing rather than getting it obsessed and figuring out what's the best route to take. All right, and again, sunny Florida, Gulf Coast, enjoyment. Are you enjoying the property? Are you just paying for it, getting maintenance, and are you using it? Do you have grandkids, or come hop in the pool on the weekends? And what is your enjoyment compared to the maintenance and the stress and that makes you just want to say, you know what, I'm done? How do they compare? Those are the conversations that you would have before making a decision to sell. You can stay exactly where you are and then hire people to do the things that you used to do. You can right size to something with less maintenance, like a condo, a villa, or apartment. Test out where you want to live and try another place. You don't have to commit to anything. And finally, yes, you can sell if it makes sense, if the numbers make sense. And of course, if it makes sense for you and your goals. So that's about 7 options that I listed, and only one of those was to sell. So that goes to say that less maintenance doesn't necessarily mean less life. So there's one thing, and it's the part that most people usually miss. So a house isn't just a square. It's your routines, it's your neighbors that wave when you pull in, it's your community, it's your life. It's where you raise your family. Oftentimes, it's not the next house that's keeping us stuck or stagnant. It's our current surroundings. You look around, you got 30 or 40 years worth of stuff, and what would you actually do with it? You know what I mean? That's a real question, and I think it deserves its own answer. So later on, I'll make another video about that. That's its own topic. All right, so let me leave you with this. It doesn't matter if your house is too big, it's too small, are you old enough to move? All that, it doesn't matter. Nobody else gets to decide that except you. And the real question is, does your current house or property suit you for the next 5 years or so? That's the real question. Or is it counterproductive? Is it doing the opposite? Are you spending too much money? Are you stressing too much? What are we doing this for? And if you figure out that you want to stay at this place, you're getting older, you want to stay home. And most of the people that I talk to do want to do that. I want to do the same thing. I get a couple acres and I'll just live until I'm not. But if that is your answer, you want to stay, you want to ride it out, and you said a lot of people do that. But maybe now let's come up with a plan so everything is being taken care of. You have maybe a foreman, property manager that handles everything, or if you work with somebody like myself, my background is in a variety of things. I have connections in construction, plumbing, HVAC, electrician, etc. And you'll just keep in touch. We'll keep in touch, and I'll always make sure you're in contact, in the loop on what's going on. And if you needed assistance, you can reach out and I can give you a referral of something that I would trust and use in my own home. That's the level, that's what we're doing. If you feel like I can't do it anymore, I'm ready to downsize, right size, and then we'll create a plan, a timeline, a goal, and we'll map it out so it flows, no worries or anything like that. But that's, like I said, that's what you want. What's your goal? What is it that you feel needs improvement or that is holding you back? It's taking up all your time, stressing you out. We got to talk about it. So if you've been trying to figure out whether staying, downsizing, selling, any of the above that we've been talking about, I'll leave a guide in the comments so you can determine what specific things are you facing and how is your life positioned with what you'll be facing. And you can mark it all off, and then you can contact me and we can go over it together. Or if you want to reach out to another agent, you'll have that, because those will be probably the best questions to be based off of how you're doing, not what the market. And my name is Derrick Davis with Keller Williams Coastal Living 2 in Lakewood Ranch. If you're facing some of the issues that I've talked about, just please subscribe and support the channel. Also, in the comments, there'll be a transition decision guide that you can just download and just walk through it and see where you stand. I appreciate your time.